Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geomologist Presents. We're back for another of your favorite type of show, an unboxing. And this is a very dirty. On this one, I will actually do the measurements and stuff, and we'll see how it goes. All right, the measurements for this box. And you can see it here. It's kind of funny. I must have spoken too soon in another unboxing here, because this is from Pickpocket Press, Steve Grodzicki. It rates at 13 inches or 33.5 centimeters by 10 inches or 26 centimeters. I know these are approximate, at least in the conversion centimeters. And then 7 centimeters or about 2 3/4 inches, it seems. Then we'll open the box here. Slice the first. Slice the second. And across the top. Not too deep because you want to cut your book, right? You got it. Nice kind of cardboard paper thing. Nice. It looks kind of cool. Can't wait to show you. Um, First off, deck deck of signs. So this shows. I'll try to show them more closer. Feel that I don't know if that'll work. Maybe. Um, can you use this as a wind howling? That's kind of it's the Phoenix cleansing. The Phoenix cleansing. So it's pretty good. It's kind of like the crossroads deciding. Oh, I like it. It's kind of fun. They're fun pictures that are in here. So this is the deck. I don't know. Honestly, I guess it's like a fortune type of deck, maybe. Um, Honestly, don't know exactly what the deck is for. I haven't been following the rules changes or rules updates, but this deck is in here. Then there is also a set of symbol dice. It's got like little runes and stuff in it. Here, right, like this black dice. This black dice here has some skulls on it, and a sun, a black sun. Yeah, and the red dice has a lot of has like runes on it. Looks like a symbol, not quite symbol here. Symbol is there. Some more runes on it. So each dice has like the red one has all sorts of runes all over covering it. And then there's two white dice with similar runes and a blue dice that seems to have like more pictographic. Oh, it's got like people's swords, shovel. So definitely probably use for resting, food, maybe at the table. You put, oh, you're resting, food, time for food, type of thing. So that's interesting. Symbol dice. And then the book itself is tucked in there. You put these dice back in the bag. Mm. So the noise in the background from my computer. So someone's contacting me via the Discord, it sounds like. All right, well, there are the dice. So I'll put those aside too, along with and then the book itself. It's a hardback book. It's a pretty solid book here. You can see um, Tales Tales of Argosa here. Back up. You can see them better. I always like that cover with that big serpent on it. It looks fine. The Consult the Bones dice, that's what those are, and then the deck of signs for the roll content. So here's the Tales of Argosa. Nice. I do like that it has these tables here. We'll get a better look at them in a second. It has tables in the front and back flaps. Yeah, in the front and back flaps. A lot of art. It looks like it. Yeah, we'll check it out in a second here. I'll be right back. All right, so here we go, a preview of Tales of Argosa, uh, formerly Low Fantasy Gaming. I guess this is Low Fantasy Gaming 2.0. The cover art is by, I just had it here, Luke Idensek. A lot of the interior art is, and this is what I was talking about. This is the cover. This is what I was talking about, like these tables here that you have. Here's a hint of what these roles are, and I think what they are, they're oracle tools, which is kind of cool. And we'll take a look maybe at that. But they have all sorts of, weapons here on this side, different weapons, melee modifiers, miss all the, the miscellaneous modifiers that you'd have in an attack, initiative and turn order up here, morale conditions, etc. So it is advertised as a sword and sorcery RPG. As you can see, I'll thanking everyone, including our buddies Hobbs and Stu and Robert, etc. Here's the table of contents here, and we will kind of show you table of contents here. They got right character creation, the attributes, classes. There's like nine different classes, a lot of different lineages here, races, um, and then how doing things, encounters, combat, injury, healing, sorcery, what you can do in downtime. Then GM tools here, hirelings, madness, mass battle, which is nice, monsters, naval combat, and then the oracle tools. One page on solo rules there, rival adventures and the like. Oops, I should move this over. So one page on solo rules, rival adventures, traps. Like here's the oracle tools down here, and all that. So it's a pretty comprehensive book. It has a bestiary in it as well. And I believe there's not really a lot of world lore. I guess it's generally generic. There is a little spit on gods. So here you go. Four features that they advertise for Argosa here. Like I said, nine classes, ninth level maximum, which is pretty interesting. A flatter 8 hit point curve, 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 like stomp, curve. Unique features every third level design your own PC ability in conjunction with your GM. There's a lot of different examples. So I guess it's like the feat structure. Roll under for attribute checks, making every stat point matter in degrees of success. That's nice. Skills to allow PC's limited rerolls. So there's like I think there's a luck mechanic, willpower and perception. Replace wisdom, ranged attacks. Use perception, not dex. Interesting. Uh, willpower and perception attributes replace wisdom. Range attacks use perception, not dex. So there's more attributes. Minor, major, and rescue exploits. So there's exploits and type of damage. Not in lieu, promote improvised stunts for moments of greatness. So it's kind of that sword and sorcery, kind of kick-ass type of thing you might want to do or that you see in like sword and sorcery movies. Fast initiative. One player rolls for the whole party. And then diminishing luck attribute replace saving throws, which is nice. So fierce battle, martial exploits, natural 19s for crits, etc. Unbalanced encounters. Interesting. TOA is designed for unbalanced combat. Clear escape rules put the fate of the PCs in the player's hands. Do they fight another round or run? Dark and dangerous magic. So can threaten to unleash veil monsters from beyond the veil. Then there's also downtime rules for carousing, emergent play support for group and solo, and there's various toolboxes, etc. So, and then Creative Commons license and the rules and guidelines. Um, so that's kind of cool. So there's a Creative Commons for this, which is kind of nice. Okay. Then it tells you here's how to play and all that, game dice and the like, and what you kind of do. Exploding dice, that's nice. You can re-roll the max dice sometimes, rounding down. And then character creation. It seems like there's a um, pretty nice guide for character creation. Maybe we will do that on the channel uh, as I continue to convince Amy to bulk up characters that we hopefully get to use one of these days. But with the solo play rules, it's possible to maybe even do like a one-on-one type play, it seems. If she doesn't want to do just solo, if I don't want to do just solo, because it's more fun to play with somebody else, right? Play a game with somebody else, that is. All right, pickpocket, all the different backgrounds you have. And it's like a 17-step process, which is interesting. And all the different calculations that you do, character creation in one page, which is very nice. So lots of backgrounds. I do like this sort of black and white art. Um, got some good art pieces like this. These full page black and white covers. Um, all the different attributes that you have. So it looks like you have your strength, dex, con, intelligence, will, power for wisdom, but then you have perception separate out, charisma, and an initiative is another attribute, I guess it looks like. So it's a PC's ability, eighth attribute. So there's eight attributes instead of the one, two, three, four. Yeah, so your standard six. So the addition of perception and initiative, then all the different species that you can have. Um, Artificer, seems like an interesting one here. It's Artificer. And so they have alchemy rules for mutagens, barbarian, gotta have the beat 'em up. Is he getting eaten there? I don't know. Maybe he's getting eaten. All right. So they have like a bit, I guess this to me it was the extent of what I saw for sort of the lore of the world. They have example gods here. So Argona, Baal, Graxis, right? So I think that's just an example. And I believe the model is, which I do, I do appreciate like a model where you kind of have these adventures and the adventures kind of dictate the world. So then it's kind of emergent and you could put those adventures maybe in any place. Although I feel like Argosa is its own thing and maybe that will be a follow-up product. Maybe it's just someone might know more than me. Maybe because I haven't really followed it, but maybe it's just putting together these adventures to string into a world or to put into a world somewhere, which is kind of neat. Kind of what I think, what I liked about sort of AD&D and Greyhawk, and what I liked about, I feel like before Goodman Games had the Gazetteer of the Known World, like they had the adventures, the DCC adventures, and that kind of told the tales of the world, and eventually they put them all somewhere, which I think is kind of a good idea. So I did want to look at that sort of, what are all those decks and dice for? So there's a lot of there's like doing things, like it gives you like rules for doing things. I really do appreciate the layout. It's nice, easy to read, well formatted. So kudos to the layout people who put this together. They have rules for posing checks and skill checks, group checks, which is nice. Um, retries, what to do with that. Montage just sounds interesting, like a skill check, etc. Just kind of nice. And then encounters. So here's where that blue dice comes in. You can roll what the disposition of the encounter might be, and then you have reaction roll, sort of 2d6 reaction roll, which I always have appreciated from time BX time immemorial, which is kind of nice. So it is kind of built off of like a D20-ish system, and it did have, I feel like, a lot of hearkening to like a 5e, but it definitely has branched out to make it more thrilling, in my opinion, thrilling and dynamic. The combat has always been fun, and you make meaningful. I feel like you make meaningful decisions in combat, and you're rewarded for those type of meaningful decisions. I really like the exploit mechanic. So here we go, initiative order, morale as well. Puts in will, moving, charging, intercepting. So really thought about, moving around the sort of attack board, quote unquote. But you definitely can do theater of the mind, I would say for sure. And then retreating, chasing. chase events, which is kind of nice, and even like events that could happen during a chase, and then doing things like what can you do in a round for different actions. So melee attacks, etc. Fumbles, what nat 19s mean, um, and then exploit. They explain these exploits, major and minor exploits. All combatants may attempt minor exploits. Only PCs may attempt major and rescue exploits. So these are things that you can do above and beyond your sort of list lineup and attack, right? So I think that's kind of a nice little mechanic. I always appreciate crit tables. So injuries here, dying and injuries. There's an extensive table on that. They have a page on conditions, of course. That's sort of the hallmark of 3.5 and beyond D&D. So blade trauma, blast trauma, blunt trauma. So all these different kind of critical injuries that can occur. Toxin trauma, even what that could do. So healing and recovery. It definitely harkens to 5e with the short rest, long rest um, idea, right? Sleep, etc. Um, and what you can do with that, the shorts and long rests, which is good. I mean, it's not as, although I still see under a long rest, but maybe long rest is a longer time. 7 days is a long rest as opposed to overnight, and predominantly a low key activity or in a safe location. I do like that. Short rest. Um, After a significant combat, characters can spend a few minutes to recover and tend injuries. So that's cool. So short rest is a short rest, but a long rest, so you can recover half or any lost hit points, recover a use of expended class ability, recover reroll. So you get a choice, or you can, and you make 2 willpower checks, and for each success of those, you can get one of these choices, which is kind of nice. So it's kind of random how you recover. I like that. And then the long rest has to be in a safe haven, which I do appreciate. It makes being out in the wild dangerous. It makes the idea of a safe haven or a base important, which I do kind of like. Sanctuary, if you will. All right, so this kind of, they have a lot of tables about what happens when bad things happen in Magic. A lot of spells of seems, and then the bestiary, which is nice that they have a bestiary. Um, it's also, you can see magical items. I was looking for the oracle and tools. I think that was important. So that's what all those kind of dice and stuff are for. You can consult the bones there. Traditionally, oracles have been used for solo play, but in the truly, they are quintessential improv enablers and will make your world feel alive and independent like no other device can. So then they have like what can happen with the different runes. You kind of throw the bones and then consult to see what happens. And then you have the deck. I'll read the signs, and then that can inform. That's kind of cool. It can inform what can happen here with the different reading of the signs. So I guess you could use it for group play and for solo play. They have like rival adventurers, and then here you go, your one page on solo rules, which is kind of cool and nice. The lone wolf, they start at 3rd level, hit points equal to 25 plus class bonus, and then you can go through that. And it says you can use published adventures, so use published adventures at 3rd level. Of course, things can maybe get out of hand. Perhaps you can hire henchmen or have rivals that come with you. Random dungeon generation, which is very nice. Although I do have um, the tome of adventure design as well, so that can really actually be very useful in a game like this to kind of design and see what's up in combination with what's going on here. And then they have like magic items and the like, and again in the back they have more tables here, so they have a quick and dirty NPCs, activities, and then they have the sort of the crit injury tables back here. So there you go. I like that kind of nice, clean back, not very busy, very nice black and white, like I said, piece of art to start it up. So that's Tales of Argosa in a nutshell. I think I like it. It's a really, when I played it, I've liked it. And I'd like to try it myself to get it to the table. Probably start with character creation and go from there. So thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. I'm very excited. I do appreciate what Steve Grzycki has done with low fantasy gaming and kind of give a sword and sorcery feel to like a 5e basis engine. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Good night and good rolling.